I wanted to do it. It wasn't like I had a choice. And I remember saying to my youngest daughter, who by this time was pretty terrified as I made more preparation and was going over there, being interviewed, being in the newspaper, because it was a very big thing on the east side to have someone doing this on the east side. And it wasn't popular. And I remember her saying something about why I was doing this, and I said, I just have to do it. And she said, you don't have to do it, you want to do it. And that really kind of stopped me for a while, and I thought, oh, is that, you know, what's the difference? And what is my motivation? And Bill was always posing difficult questions for me about, you know, what would this mean for us as a family? And it became clear what the penalties were. And then it became clear there was a national security zone being designated around the submarine, and so that when it came in, it would be a violation of a national security zone if you were in the zone, which was the whole Hood Canal. And so it became clear that the penalties were greater than we had initially thought. And so the family and our friends were reacting to that as they became aware. And I just knew in my heart that I had to do it.
And what were the threats of jail time?
Well, initially we didn't think they were as great, but they became 10 years, and there's varying amounts on the money, $10,000 to $100,000, someplace in there. The fine could be pretty big. And for always, if you were charged with a felony, you could lose your license, your nursing or medical license. And so that was another sort of a threat. And I didn't know much about felonies then, and I didn't think a lot about it. And I remember saying to Renee, we have some coverage here of Renee was in a boat that circled the submarine. And I said, why didn't we think about the penalty? This was like a couple days after the blockade. And she said, because we thought we'd die in the water. And I said, oh yeah, that was kind of the big thing, you know, you would die in the water. So the penalties were kind of down the line, you know, you'd go to court and all that. And so I said, oh yeah, that was probably why. And the lawyers did come before the blockade, and they talked to us about what the penalties might be. And so we were not, you know, naive about them. We knew that. And the organizers were very careful to make sure we understood that this is apt to be very big, and we could die in the water.